Welcome back. I'm Errol Barnett as we both look live at Doha, Qatar. This afternoon, it is about 3:30 p.m. there. Explosions were heard this morning in the area as the conflict in the Middle East grows. Here's a look at Thursday's top stories. U.S. Central Command shared an unclassified video late last night. Officials say this shows Iranian mobile missile launchers being destroyed. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the U.S. is accelerating, not decelerating, its war with Iran. Senate lawmakers voted against the War Powers resolution that would have reined in President Trump's authority on Iran. The House is set to vote on their own version today, but it is likely to fail there as well. Democrats are still pushing to rebuke the president as the administration shifts its justification for this war.
They disrespected the American people and disrespected Congress by not even trying to make the case for the war with Iran. And that is why I'm going to be voting yes on this war powers resolution.
I think passage of a war powers resolution right now would be a terrible, dangerous idea for all the reasons I've just explained. It would empower our enemies. We're not at war right now.
The U.S. military has named the two other U.S. service members killed in the attack on a command center in Kuwait. Officials identified 45-year-old Major Jeffrey O'Brien and 54-year-old Chief Warrant Officer Robert Marzan. But the Pentagon says Marzan's remains have not yet been positively identified. Gas prices jumped once again overnight. AAA is reporting the national average is now $3.25 per gallon. That's an increase of 5 cents since yesterday. CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady explains why we're seeing this jump.
The U.S. is less reliant on foreign oil than we were in 2022, but analysts still warn crude could top $100 a barrel, depending on how long this lasts. Now, a big pressure point, the Strait of Hormuz. About 20% of the world's oil and gas moves through that choke point, and those arrows you see, those are ships. And since the conflict began, traffic has ground to a halt as the route turns more dangerous.
And we've got team coverage on all of this for you now. Weijia Zhang is at the White House. Imtiaz Tyab is in Doha, Qatar, following what's happening there in the Middle East. But let's begin with CBS News senior national security correspondent Charlie D'Agata joining us live once again from Tel Aviv. Good morning, Charlie. You had air raid sirens at about this time yesterday. What's happening there today?
Yep. Good morning to you, Errol. It was a very noisy night and morning. And as a matter of fact, about an hour ago, more air raid sirens here again. Now, the Pentagon says that missile launches from Iran are down like more than 70% since this war began. But it certainly hasn't felt that way here, especially now that Hezbollah has joined the fight. 5 days into this war, the U.S. military says its missiles, fighter jets, and bombers have begun striking targets deeper into Iran. Iran's foreign minister said almost 130 sailors were aboard an Iranian frigate sunk by a submarine in international waters off the coast of Sri Lanka. The first time the U.S. Navy has destroyed a warship with a torpedo since World War II. Sri Lankan authorities said at least 80 bodies had been recovered so far. Iran called it an atrocity at sea.
We are just getting started. We are accelerating, not decelerating. They are toast, and they know it.
Yet still capable of firing drones and missiles towards Israel and the Gulf states and even further afield. Yesterday, NATO defenses intercepted a ballistic missile fired from Iran that was headed for Turkey's airspace, though Iran denies firing missiles at Turkey. The missile crashed in a field in Syria. Lawmakers tell CBS News that the Secretary and Joint Chiefs of Staff briefed congressional members behind closed doors that Iranian drones presented a major challenge and air defenses might not be enough to intercept them all. The Pentagon identified the 2 remaining soldiers of the 6 killed in a March 1 drone strike in Kuwait. Chief Warrant Officer Robert Marzan, 54, of Sacramento, Major Jeffrey R. O'Brien, 45, of Indianola, Iowa. While friends of Noah Teachin's, also killed in that attack, have been paying tribute to the martial arts enthusiast.
He's helpful and dedicated to not only, uplifting other people and supported his comrades, both as a martial arts student and as a soldier.
Today would have been Noah's 43rd birthday. The Israeli Defense Minister, Israel Katz, spoke with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth overnight to discuss the campaign. Secretary heads to Tampa today to meet with Central Command's Admiral Bradley Cooper to talk about the U.S. operation here. Errol?
All right, Charlie D'Agata in Tel Aviv. Charlie, thank you.